Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Celebrity Cars. Well, you're pretty smart. You like small little muscle cars. The backdraft model, folks, 1965 Shelby Cobra. This one was built in 2019. We've got loads of paperwork. Little small block 427 in there. It wasn't built it didn't start as a 427. We've got a plethora of paperwork to talk about the motor and how it was built, suspension, the brakes, and so on and so forth. This car is a real treat, and as you're watching the camera mosey around its stance and how beautiful this thing is, you notice that it's all black, huh? It's all black. It's all black. Interior's black. Side pipes are black. The wheels are black. The car is black. It's really, really something. And I'll tell you something else that is a little different, because we've had lots of these Cobras in here. If you've got a fancy exotic car dealership, you're going to wind up with lots of Cobras, even backdraft ones. But I've never gotten in a Cobra and had it instantly hit my brain and my body as I wanted to nickname it Thunder. Because I've never experienced such a low, awesome rumble out of one of these. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter how much further we go with the video camera and how much we drive it around, unless you're standing here or in the driver's seat, you cannot appreciate the thunderous sound that comes out of here. It's like, the storm is just starting, okay? And it's a couple miles away and you're sitting at home and the ground starts to shake and you hear that roar. Not above your house, then, it's too loud and, forget it. But just the thunderous sound that comes out of here at just idle is truly amazing. And hopefully you'll be able to take some of that in with your fancy speakers at home. Well, my name is Scott. I'm the living, breathing condition report on every single car that we get in here at Celebrity Cars. Whether it's a brand new vehicle or an old, super old vehicle, doesn't matter. What I like to show you, which you're not going to find from any other dealership, is its overall to detailed condition, okay? Which means scratches, dings, little, if there's rust ever anywhere, I'm going to point that out to you on any of our cars. There's none on this. Microfiber towel scratches, abrasions in the clear coat. Obviously you're watching this video because you can't just hop in the car and come here. So I attempt to bring you just a little bit closer so you can find out more details about your potential purchase. I'm just going to bark out a couple facts here that's not really always normal to these automobiles. There's a clear bra on the front of this Cobra. Starts here and goes all the way across. It does not go through the middle of the hood. It wraps around this nose. So this entire nose cone actually has a clear bra on it. For starters, for unique things to be on a Cobra. Now look, if you're looking for me to go down the list of what kind of headlights were used, how this 351 motor became a 427, I'm not getting into any of that stuff. There is some detailed paperwork on this automobile. It's a backdraft. It's probably one of the reasons why you clicked on it to begin with. You know that the paperwork that comes with these things is substantial. Now, what's fun part about this is that you and I get to go for a journey together around the block in it for the first time, because I've never driven this one. All I've done is start it and move it. And it really took me by surprise of how wonderful it sounds. But back to the overall condition. Well, folks, it's black. What do you get when you got a black car? You get a couple imperfections here and there. Now, I have to be careful with what I say, because I don't want you to go, oh, what's wrong with it? It's got a scrape, did somebody use a spray can, did somebody? No, okay? It's black. And although it was built just a couple of years ago, these are not very easy cars to paint. None of this should be a super surprise to anyone, especially taking the gamble and making one of these black, okay? So what do we have? What does exist on this? First of all, I'm going to give this overall paint job pretty darn close to a 10 out of 10, okay? It's all black. I've been down the road enough to know that there's a lot of black paint on this car. I can feel it. And so over its 3-4 year life, it's gotten a couple minor marks in the clear coat, if you will. So Quincy, if you could work your magic, we're not gonna go over this entire car this way because then we'll be here forever. But you see the beautiful reflection from the showroom lights, and then during that trip, I stick my fingers here and I get in trouble with the focus with these guys. You could see some light marks. What's that from? Oh, it's probably from, you know, a dirty microfiber towel. Nobody sat on the trunk, okay? Nobody slid off the back or anything like that. I look at this rear quarter panel right here, passenger side, and I barely see a blemish. But it's black, and black is real difficult to do. So this is a super beautiful paint job. When you clean it, because these, you know, welcome to Las Vegas and things get dusty, you get your microfiber towel out and you clean around these roll bars and roll cages, and you know, it starts to accrue a little bit of marks in the clear coat. You know exactly what I'm talking about. This car does have some of those things. So, is this paint perfection? No. It probably just really requires a heavy set, black colored loving detailer, okay? Because they're going to need to specialize in it for this particular car, okay? There's lots of curves and grooves and angles that you just can't simply take a wheel and just get away with murder, as you know, as far as, you know, all of our new cars are concerned. There's a lot of flat surfaces. Not a whole lot of flat surfaces on this car. It's difficult to detail one of these. So, as we make our way down the side, you see a couple fingerprints or two. That's just the way it goes. Around a couple of, you know, the mechanics of these things, you know, the locking mechanisms. You see a couple really light abrasions right here on this front fender. Can you see those? They're just real light, and any fancy detailer can get this taken care of, okay? I can't get my fingers in any of these scratches. They're not deep. There's nothing to be overly, you know, look, I've been hired to do these things, and black cars are the hardest. So I hope you appreciate what I'm trying to accomplish here, letting you know that this isn't a mirror finish. It's, you know, you're not going to win a car show on paint for this car, okay? Close, but it's really, really, really sharp. Clear bras in the front to help do all of its extra protecting. You got your tow hitches up here if you ever need them. The inside of the front where you can see the radiator is super, super attractive. The headlights are super cool. And once again, there's a clear bra over the front of this. I see, you know, a small, you know, really light mark right here from probably something just flying through the air while you're driving down the road. It's super light, but there's no chunk, okay? Actually, that's a lie. There's a small one right there that's this obviously very much smaller than my pinky. It's right there, it's right in the center, but it's in the clear bra. So you get where I'm going here? Front's protected. I still haven't found anything that would make you go, oh man, I need to paint it. Or, oh, you know, that's a big, no, there are none of those, okay? Just get a good detailer and you can handle it all yourself. Coming around to this side of the car, same thing. Probably somebody need to get in here and tune a carburetor or something. So their shirt made a little abrasion in the clear coat right here. It's just something a detailer would be able to take care of. I think I'm done talking about the paint. Hope you trust me to know that this is a very beautiful all black car, and your fancy detailer, or maybe even you at home, can make a lot of these little small abrasions go away. Okay, that's enough. All right, let's look at this motor, because we're here. I'll let you get in there and take a real nice look on both sides. Now, once again, if you did any fast forwarding or you weren't paying attention, go to celebritycars.com, would you? And look up Shelby, find this particular model, and you can read all about what Backdraft did to this particular model. Okay, front windshield's beautiful. Windshield wipers still look brand new. Now, climbing in and out of this, not to get into the paint again, but you know, small abrasion of getting in and out of the car. Same thing over there on the other side. Nothing your detailer can't handle though, folks. And look at this beautiful interior. Some black leather. Everything is very straight. It appears to be a carbon fiber panel up there for all the gauges and such. Super cool with the gauges. You've got oil pressure, you've got oil temperature, fuel, RPMs, water temperature overall for the car, voltage, and obviously your speedometer. And there's a separate switch down there to engage the fan to, if it doesn't come on, to keep the engine extra cool. Got a fire extinguisher going on. Notice the great big red kill switch there on the center console. That does kill the vehicle, so that's good. We like them when they're right there in front of our face so we can see them and they're not hidden in the trunk and so on and so forth. Let's talk about these wheels real quick. We haven't done that. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, knockoffs, or real ones. Mallets in the trunk. It's not in the trunk, it's over there on the floor. From what I understand from talking to some of my coworkers here, there's just a couple, there's just some watermarks and some dirt, folks. It's nothing. There are a couple abrasions on these wheels. Not that one, because I didn't see anything on there. Yeah, little itty bitty white mark right there. I guess the black is coming off the original color wheel. I don't know how to explain it, but there's a small mark there. And then over here on the passenger side front, I don't see anything, so that's nice and black. And back here on the passenger side, you see a small blemish right there too. Now look, in all honesty, I could go get a Sharpie from my desk and make these 3 little marks on all 4 of these wheels go away. That's what you get from celebrity cars. We couldn't be any more honest on what we're trying to do to make you happy at home. We are going to get this up on a lift so you can see the undercarriage. Am I doing that in the next 2 seconds? Nope. But we are going to get the undercarriage so you can see underneath it and such. Let's open up the rear trunk so you can see what's going on in here. Super nice and clean. I don't see any components back here. I see the roll bar continue down into the back, which is cool. Super nice and clean. Actually, lots of trunk space there. How about that? Well, I guess a lot of you will probably fast forwarded this video to see what's about to happen next. We're going to hop in, we're going to start it up, going to let it warm up a little bit, and then we're going to take it around the block. This is a Tremec 5-speed. It's not a 4-speed, it's not a 6, it's 5-speed. And we're going to get through the gears, and we're going to make sure it brakes and stops. And I just can't wait to hear this car again. So hold off, we'll be right back. Now, every once in a while when we start to do video, or when we do videos of our cars, sometimes we follow the same routine, like every day. We want to make sure we cover everything and all that stuff. Right now, you're like, what the hell are they filming? There's sunlight, you can barely see anything. I'll fix that in just a second. What I need you to know is that since I started this vehicle, and since you saw me start it a minute ago, I haven't hit the gas pedal yet. I haven't hit it once. I don't know what this sounds like when I actually hit the accelerator. We let it idle and warm up nicely. I wanted to keep it running, but I just, you know what, let's shut it down again. You at home can get your ears focused on what I'm saying, the overall environment, and I'm gonna hit this button again in case you're really a serious buyer and you really wanna know what I'm talking about. It's time to pay attention. Okay, once again, I didn't hit that gas pedal yet. I'll let you know when I do. Clutch is in, turn the key, and I hit this button. I'm still in neutral. I'm putting it in first gear, and I'm letting the clutch out. Let's see how far we can go without hitting the gas pedal. What a car! Still haven't hit that gas pedal. Okay, well, we've talked about the gauges already. Let's see, most importantly, the temperature gauge still is about at 100. This isn't really warmed up real good just yet, but I'm going to drive it very delicately, and it's for you to not, we don't have time to sit around and wait for this thing to get to operating temperature. But all the other gauges look wonderful. I do not have my seatbelt on. We do not have our seatbelts on. We will behave ourselves, but I'm sure this is going to be pretty darn cool. The clutch is still in. I'm going to engage first gear. and off we go. I'm gonna shut up. About 40 miles an hour. Let's use the brakes. 3, 2, 1. Okay, my front wheel, driver's side wheel locked up a little bit, but I wasn't extremely yanked one direction or another. The brakes work terrific. This is a very light car, small block up front, so it's not a big block with super heaviness up front. This is about as fine as you can get in regards to a Cobra. This is super special. It's color. I can already tell from just getting from first gear into second gear, this is just quite the ride. Well done, backdraft. First gear. And this thing just sounds like thunder. Off we go. Down in a second. I'm going to leave it in second gear. No pulls to the right. Easy to find your gears, easy to shift. There's no internal clunks that you go, what the heck was that? It's super tight, there's no rattles, and if you don't call and buy this Cobra right now, you're crazy. You're looking for a black one, you're looking for one of these backdraft suckers. We've got all the paperwork. The miles on this thing are under 4,000. So built in 2019, under 4,000 miles. Just looking at the overall condition of this car, it has been well taken care of. You're just crazy to not choose this one if you're out shopping for a Cobra. This is the one. The sound that comes out of this will make your other Cobra friends blush. I've heard them. So get this one. We'll see you next time. 702-818-1031.